Okay, this is Bain. I've asked you to participate in this interview in order to gain public opinion on restaurants in the local area, in particular East Village. The following questions are open-ended and are intended to be answered with little bias as possible. First question is, how old are you?
21.
21. Alright, in relation to Hillsborough Street, how close do you live?
I live just down the street.
Okay, so within 5 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, alright. How many times a week do you eat on a restaurant, or at a restaurant that's on Hillsborough Street?
About once a week.
Once a week? Okay. When you do, how much on average are you wanting to or willing to spend?
Usually $10 to $15.
10 to 15? Okay. What type of restaurant do you enjoy, or what type of atmosphere do you like to go to when you decide to eat on Hillsborough Street?
I like a place that's with a lot of people, like very well lit. I do not like dark restaurants, and usually music playing in the background, and waitresses that are very attentive.
Okay. If you had to recommend one place on Hillsborough as of now to go eat, whether or not it's East Village, where would you say?
Well, East Village is one of my favorite places, but also Chili Bamba.
Chili Bamba? Okay, awesome. Alright, have you ever heard of East Village?
Yes.
Okay. How did you know to go to East Village the very first time you went?
When I was a freshman at Meredith College, my friends and I would walk up Hillsborough Street just to see what was up with state, and I would notice people sitting out on the porch having a good time. So.
Okay, so there was nothing like advertisements, flyers, anything like that that made you go? It was just
No.
walked by?
Yeah, just saw.
Alright, when you do decide to go, what time of day do you usually go?
Sometimes during like the week I'll go for lunch, like in between classes, but usually I'll go Friday and Saturday nights.
Okay, so it's a weekend spot. Alright, on average, what's your experience like when you go there?
It's always been positive except for one instance.
Okay, one instance, what happened then?
I'm the social person for my agriculture business club, and I talked to the manager about hosting a banquet there, and I called her, told her how much I was willing to spend, and we did not get enough food for what we paid for.
Okay, so that one time you didn't have a good time. All the other times, is it enjoyable?
Yeah, it's always been fun.
Okay. When you do go there, other than that, how is the service?
The service is usually great. If I'm sitting at the bar and I order a drink, they give it to me right then, and if it's empty, they refill it. But if I'm like sitting in the back towards the porch area, or even on the porch, it's a lot slower. And there's this one waiter that will either forget my order and like have to come back and re-ask me, or he's just really slow about bringing it out to me.
Okay. When you went, did you like the food?
Yeah, I really like the food a lot.
Okay. Do you think the food is well priced?
I think it's way overpriced for what it is.
Okay, so
I think the wraps are okay and the appetizers, but everything else you're just like, what?
Right. Okay. Would you go back, or would you recommend it to another person that's, say, visiting from out of town?
Yeah, my best friend from Carolina came a few weeks ago and we went there for dinner.
Okay. All right. And last question. If you could make a suggestion to East Village on how they could better advertise themselves, because recently they've lost a lot of business, how would you recommend them doing that?
Well, right now I know that a Bud Light's $2 every day of the week, but maybe if they made it like $1 one night, or even took like a different type of drink. I mean, I know they have a lot of drink specials, but I mean, $4 shots, like, that's still pricey on a college student's budget. And that's just drinks. Like food, I think they could also advertise better. Maybe like $5 burger night, or like buy one menu item, get one free. Like Tuesday night, some sort of deals.
Yeah. All right. And also on that, do you think age has an influence on the crowd of people that go to East Village?
I think during the day it does not. I think you'll also see a lot of like older people, but at night I think it definitely has a lot to do with it, because they even put a bouncer on the door.
All right, and especially being in a college area, that would affect it. But we're done with that. Thank you for participating. We'll review your answers. I guess I will review your answers in order to analyze how well East Village advertises and how they succeed in doing so. Thank you.